Team Rocket is an important part of the Pokemon anime, especially the three members Jessie, James, and Meowth. They make a great trio, but do they make a fair trio? One member surely gets the short end of the stick, and surprisingly, it's actually James. Look at these episodes focusing on each Team Rocket member. Jessie gets 42, Meowth gets the most at 44, but James only gets 20. That's less than half of what both Jessie and Meowth get. Of course, this isn't a rock-solid list. Pikachu Revolts is in the Meowth section, but he barely appears in that episode. And James plays a prominent role in turning the other mask, but that's not mentioned. Still, 20 compared to the 40 episodes his partner gets is too big of a jump to assume this happened enough to make them even. So that makes me think, why James? Well, I have a few ideas. First, this is a bit weird, but think of them as siblings. Jessie's the oldest, then James, and lastly Meowth, going off of their name order. Stereotypically, the oldest would be the leader, and the youngest would be a spoiled one. The middle one is glanced over. I wonder where I've heard that before. Now, Jessie had Jesselina, and Meowth had his black and white adventures to fill episode slots, but James doesn't have something like that. He doesn't have a plot type either. I've noticed how Jessie episodes follow her competitive side against other trainers, usually Ash's female companion. Meowth has his classic plot of falling out of something causing him to get separated, and kitten love. James has rich relatives, I guess, but there's not much episodes for that. There's also him just being a nice guy, but that's sort of his personality. My other idea is that maybe James just doesn't fit into many episodes where he's singled out. If you think about it, he's kind of the most boring of the three. Not saying that he's boring, he just has some stiff competition. He doesn't have Jessie's outgoing and stubborn attitude, and he also can't translate Pokemon. He's the biggest pushover of the team, and like I said, he's relatively nice. From what I could tell, he's the heart of the trio. By removing the heart, Jessie and Meowth can run wild and get at each other's throats easier. Besides, he's probably the most codependent of the three too. He just wanted to get the team back together and Noodle's roaming off after all. For the most part, he's complacent with his life, which is something I can't really say for Jessie or Meowth. Regardless, I adore James, and so do many people. It's sad to see him unfairly treated. Hopefully Galar has more things for this lavender-haired team to do, but Dynamax is pointing more towards Meowth and Wobbuffet. But I'm not complaining too much. Meowth is great too! And speaking of Meowth, in The Bigger the Better, Meowth asks,
"And which one of the three of us did you ignore?"
In context, it was probably Meowth. But if he was asking that to the show, the answer would probably be James. So, James, how do you feel about this?